Hello, how are you guys doing? It's a great Sunday. Hopefully the stream is working well. How many people we go? Wow, 32 people watching. That's impressive. So hopefully you guys are staying healthy. Everything's going well. Everyone, someone give me a thumbs up in the chat. You're hearing me okay? This is coming through. Good. Um, the chat's going to be how we're going to communicate. So if you need to ask me a question about anything as we go through this stuff today, certainly yell. Oh, lots of thumbs up. Good, 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 good. So before we get going, a couple of announcements. So going forward, it looks as though, as you've probably seen the announcement since the last time I talked to a lot of you guys, Walter State's decided pretty much it's going to be online instruction from this point forward. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that or not. I know Sevier County, to my knowledge, has not made the same decision. I think they extend you guys out to April, something like that. But I think at this point, the way we all need to move forward in our mind and the way we think about things are going to play out is that we're going to be doing this a lot between now and the first week of May. Uh, so, last week I did a couple of early morning streams because I thought initially I might catch a lot of you at the same time. And without going into too many details, I thought that'd be the best time to get you. And that's not true anymore because you're not required to get up and be at school at 8 o'clock in the morning. So going forward, I'm going to send an email about this either tonight or tomorrow morning. But so be reassured, I'll restate this. On Mondays, from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. every week, I'll have a lecture. It'll be over a chapter, just like I would do in your class, but it'll be about an hour long. You can ask questions. I might have some interactive stuff where we can do together via online, kind of like today. But it'll go over the chapter that we're covering for that week. And it'll be vlogged. So just like if you notice in other videos I've put on here, it'll be kind of vlogged. I'll label it, lecture over human development, lecture over this, that. So you always kind of be able to go back and watch it, right, later on. So that's on Mondays. Mondays, 11 a.m. Every single Monday, I'll be live streaming over that week's content. I also have a module out like you've seen this week where you have a discussion board and you have a reading quiz, you have other tasks. But that'll be that format from now until May. So you will still have time together. We'll still have a lecture together. I'll be able to kind of expound upon things, explain things. Hopefully I'll get questions from you guys in the chat, things like that. And then on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. every week will be my office hours for you guys. And so what is office hours? A few of you have been kind of through that last week. Basically, I hang out and I grade. I'm kind of grading. I'm grading stuff while if no one's asking questions when I'm hanging out. But I'm also able to answer any kind of questions you have, especially like with a paper. So this Tuesday, for example, your paper is due next Sunday, a week from today. I'm going to devote pretty much the whole office hour that day on Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. answering questions about the paper. Next week, you got two big things due. All right, you got an exam 2, which we're about to prep for, and then you have your paper due Sunday night, 11:59 p.m. So every week, Monday's lecture, Tuesday's office hours. Do you have any questions about any of that before we talk about test? And or do you have any questions about the test? So there's a little latency. There's a little lag between me asking a question and me seeing it in chat. So I'm just going to sit here and fill time for a second, sip on my tea, and wait to see if I get any questions. What day is the exam on, Tessa? Great question. It's not on a particular day. It opens Monday morning at 7 a.m., I believe, and it closes Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. You could take it any time during those 7 days. There's just one thing to know is that you get one shot at it. Yeah, yes, Tessa. And hold on. Let me finish answering your first question. I'll get to your second. So yeah, at any time, it's kind of like a reading quiz. It's like a big reading quiz, guys. It's like a 50-item reading quiz, except it's 40 minutes. 50. I'm not naive. Like, I know you guys use notes. I know you're going to use the internet. You're going to use all that stuff, right? So to maintain some degree of academic integrity about the test, it must be time. So when I give this test in a class, the average length of time someone takes to take it is about 30 minutes. So what I did was I added 10 more minutes on top of that, and I give you 40 minutes, 50 questions, multiple choice, true, false. It's very similar to what you saw with me on my first exam via paper, except it's in reading quiz format. So all of you are already prepped. You're already ready for this. You've already been taking reading quizzes. You know how it works. The only additional thing you have to worry about is that time limit. So answer that. Your second question, Tessa, is the live stream going to be posted on your YouTube channel? Yes. Kind of like I did this one, where I did a scheduled, last week I did three. Did you guys notice I did three scheduled live streams? I did one on Monday, one on Tuesday, one on Sunday today. And going forward, what I'll do is Sunday evenings, like tonight, I'll go ahead and schedule the next streams for next week. So next week, there will be two planned streams. Monday, lecture, Tuesday, office hours. If things come up and we need more live streams, I'm open for it. Like, I certainly will add a third one every week, on the weeks relevant to our test. So when we take exam 3, for example, there will be a third planned live stream. And if you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, and this is not monetized, I make no money off this YouTube channel. It is not monetized. It's for education. So if you subscribe, you're not paying me any money, anything like that. Look at my very low subscriber total. I just use the YouTube channel to share stuff with students. But if you subscribe and you hit the bell notification too, what will happen is, I believe it will send an email out to you guys, or a push out notification saying, hey, Terry, schedule a new live stream. It's for this date, this time. So that might be a good way for you to guys keep up with what's going on, for sure. Yeah. Other questions? Good questions, Tessa. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're still alive, and I hope you're doing well. True be nasty. I'm not sure who that is, but I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing well. My family's doing well. We're staying inside. Uh, not going many places other than the grocery store. I'm not sure about you guys, but just trying to you know, keep social distancing and all that stuff in play. I hope you guys are all doing well and healthy. I hope your families are healthy. That was you, Braden. Okay, I got you. No problem. I have a couple myself, so no worries. Yeah. When I first logged in, my wrong YouTube account was there. My gamer tag YouTube account was there. That probably is your gamer tag, would be my guess. Other questions? Yeah, I figured as much. Gamers, no gamers. What we're going to need today, as I wait for the questions to pop up, you're probably going to need I don't know how you're going to do this all in one device, but I'm going to launch a Kahoot in a second. You'll see the Kahoot on the live stream, right? It'll be the background. We'll play Kahoot just like we did. Oh, sorry. Is the paper still due the same date? Yes. Right now, it's still due the 29th. I want to stick to that, and I think we can push through and finish. We worked through enough of it in class, Braden. The only sections that we have left really are the results and discussion sections. We've been through analysis, we've been through the methods, we've been through all that stuff. So this Tuesday, 11 a.m., if you have questions, if you're struggling, jump in or fire me an email, something like that. Do you take attendance for any of these, Autumn? I don't take attendance. They're not mandatory. I don't want you to feel like you have to be here. I think it's beneficial, and I think it's still great for us to be able to interact with each other. But also, if you happen to miss one, um, it will be on demand. It'll be vlogged, saved on the YouTube channel like my previous ones. COD later. Um, See on demand later? Sean, what's up with that? COD later. Not sure what you mean. Oh, Call of Duty. Yeah, COD. I should see. I'm not an FPS gamer, man. I should know that, right? I should know that. My son would laugh at me right now. Yeah. Any other questions? So I was saying, what I'm gonna do is launch the Kahoot. You'll see the game pin show up on my screen. So the way I'm envisioning we can do this, yeah, laugh at me, right? I'm losing my gamer street cred. Um, Launch Kahoot on your phone, and I would answer that way, and then I'll show results, and we'll talk. Like if you guys really horribly miss something, I want to kind of spend a minute to talk about why you got it wrong, because I think it'll help you on the test. So, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to launch the game, and again, you can still ask questions, but this way we'll start getting some people loaded in here. Look, you even get the nice music too. Absolutely, Braden. Hey, that's a great point. I didn't think about that. If you don't have like multiple devices, just watch with us. Like hang in and watch, and you'll still get the experience if you're not playing. Yeah, absolutely. Tiffany, you like the music, huh? I usually like it in the holidays where they alter it, for like Christmas and Halloween and stuff. I think that's pretty cool. All right. Well, we got 34 players and 40 people watching. So I'm assuming everyone who's wanting it, we'll just add our 35th. I'll wait just another minute and we'll get going. Don't want to leave anyone out who wants to play. All right. No one's added in the last minute or so, so I'm assuming that you're all in. So I'm going to go ahead and start the game. And we can. Oh yeah, where is Wes? I haven't seen Wes. Camden, thanks for joining us. All right. Well, Camden, you can always tell him afterwards that just go to the YouTube channel and there'll be a vlog of this, so he'll be able to watch it later. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start the game, guys. Here we go, because we're losing people. I don't want to lose people. Let me full screen this here. Hold on, we're gonna have to do something. I'm noticing a problem right away, and that is that the delay in the stream is causing some of you not to be able to actually respond. So here's what I'm gonna do. Hold on. We're gonna can it for a second. Hold on 1 second. We're gonna can the. Stay with me, because this is gonna be a problem. Yeah, I can already tell. Not enough of you had a chance to respond. All right, let's go back. Let me just edit it real quick and give you more seconds per question, and I think that will make it a lot better. Hold on. We have to edit each one of these. Certainly not. You guys are getting real time back in Kahoot here. Let's see. Hang 1 second. I'm not leaving the stream. I'm just gonna do this real quick, and then I'm gonna come back to you guys. So just don't leave. Don't want to leave. I'm just doing something real quick. So I'm still on audio with you guys. I'm just gonna change a couple of these. So hang tight. Need a way to edit all these really quickly. I didn't think the delay would be that big of an issue. Yeah, Lane, I know you got kicked out. I'm editing the questions to give you guys more time per question, because it's creating a problem that you guys don't have but 20 seconds per question. Let's do 60 seconds per question. Yeah, this will be a lot better. Bear with me, guys. Just a few more minutes. I'll have this squared away. Normally in class, when I'm doing this, the latency is not a problem, but and the latency is not really a problem on Twitch, but on YouTube streaming, it appears to be a problem. What you might have to do is, guys, as you play, if you're trying to answer quickly, pay more attention to the device that you're using, the Kahoot, than my stream. Because like I said, the stream's going to be delayed just a little bit, a few seconds. So it feels like it's even more than a few seconds. And that's creating a problem in the way you respond. All right, almost finished. Thanks for your patience. Almost there, almost there. Exam 2. Still here, guys. I'm just working my way through this. 1 second. It's making me do it question by question, which is really annoying. Wes said he's getting a lift in. All right. All right. Let's see. It's pretty cool to see all you, to see you guys from multiple high schools all together in the same room. I gotta admit, that's pretty cool. As I'm doing this, just a question out to you guys. Are y'all having any trouble with the module I set up for this week? I mean, you're able to access. I saw some of you posting to the discussion board. You guys have any difficulty with the discussion board? I mean, the quiz, a lot of you had already done it last week. Hopefully you checked out that really cool YouTube video that I put up about cognition. Hopefully that helped you understand the concepts literally, since part of the chapter was talking about concept formation. No trouble at all? Good, good, good. Yeah, I bet you guys do miss each other, Abby. And I feel really bad for you guys that are seniors. Just sucks that you're kind of missing the last part of your senior year. I really hate that for you guys. I'm just curious, a lot of you were born in what, 2001, 2002? Am I right? When most of you were born? I'm thinking you were all born within that time frame. Yeah. So if you think about it, for those of you born in like 2001, you were born at, even if you were born in 2002, you were born kind of into a post 9/11 America. We just come out of this, horrible tragedy, and now you come into the world dealing with that, and not that you knew it at the time, and then now you're kind of exiting high school dealing with this crap. You all will certainly be a resilient generation. I know that. All right. I finally finished. It's going to end up being a new game code, guys. So let me come back. Sorry about that. All right. Hear the music so you know what's coming back up. Here we go. Camera back up. There's our code. Let me type it in chat just in case anyone's missing. Thanks for your patience, guys. Was the webcam in the way? Okay. Let me just cancel it because you don't need to see me. Hold on. Thanks for the tip. What about that, Levi? Is that better? Hopefully that's better. See, these are the little nuances I need to think about. It's different when you're streaming a video game. Way better? Cool. All right, I gave us 60 seconds per question. So it looks like we're, let's see, make sure everybody's in. Eric just joined. Okay. Okay, cool. So I think we're ready to roll, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start it. Again, the code is in the game chat, is in the YouTube stream chat. So you can always join after the fact. Here we go. Some of you get a redo on this first question. No, you're all answering so fast, and I made the time limit too long. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, good. At least all of you responded. Yeah. Any a relatively permanent change in behavior. Yeah. Can you watch my game streams? Oh, Eric, you want to see bad gameplay? Uh, yeah. I'll have to throw my Twitch channel out to you guys at some point. I tell you what, you guys do well in the tests and stuff towards the end of the semester, and I'll throw my Twitch link up and we can play together sometime. It sounds like fun. I usually don't stream on YouTube. It's not really a good gaming streaming platform. Yeah, you could just laugh at me, Tiffany. Just laugh at how bad of a gamer I am. All right. Imagine losing. Interesting. All right. On to the next one. Aw. All right. Let's have a moment of discussion. All right. Classical conditioning is a type of learning based on behaviorism, right? And behaviorism, we said, they were broken into two major areas: operant, classical conditioning. Both of them, if you think back to that chart I showed you guys in class, that mind map, I said involve stimulus and response, right? Stimulus and response, or stimulus. Classical conditioning is when you pair two stimuli together over and over and over again to create learning. And operant conditioning is when you have a stimulus and then a response. That response is a punishment or reinforcement, negative or positive. Both of those involve association between stimulus and response, right? They're not that's not cognitive. Anytime you hear conditioning, operant, classical, it's behaviorism. It's not cognitive. It can't be insight. Insight's really kind of a therapeutic term. Vicarious learning would be more like modeling or learning by watching others. So does that make sense to you guys? I think you thought Terry's a cognitive guy. He's throwing a cognitive question. Cognitive wouldn't have anything to do with operant and classical conditioning. If I said cognitive, you're going to start thinking about things like the information processing model, sensory, short-term, long-term memory, working memory, those terms, not conditioning. And yeah, I play a little 2K, Camden. I'm not great at it. My son kills me all the time, but I play a little bit of it. All right, on to the next question. Imagine losing still. This is all new. This interface looks new. Pretty cool. All right. Yeah, definitely classical. Pavlov was the guy who, remember, got his metronome off his wife's piano and paired it with meat powder being delivered to a dog's mouth. And he paired it enough times that just ringing the metronome alone would cause the dog to start salivating. Very good. For five of you who've answered operant, that would be more like someone like B.F. Skinner, not Pavlov. Cognitive's not really good approach, again, for any kind of conditioning, operant or classical, not a cognitive view. Vicarious would be more like modeling or Bandura, people like that. Jerrison's now on a win streak. Way to go, Jerrison. All right. Mike now in the lead. Imagine losing. You might want to start imagining even more that you're in second. You're still in second. Still doing great. All right, here we go. Next question. So 7 of you definitely got it. Operant conditioning, the best response would be, think about this. While it is an association between a stimulus and a response, it's not necessarily the association between two stimuli. The association between two stimuli, for the 18 of you who answered that, would be what? Classical conditioning. Pavlov's metronome and the meat powder. Those things being associated. But when we talk about operant conditioning, what about the behavior you do that's not voluntary? I'm sorry, that's not involuntary. Whenever you salivate before you eat, that's not voluntary behavior. You don't think, wow, I really need to create saliva so I can pass this food through my esophagus into my stomach. You don't think that. Your body just involuntarily produces the saliva in response to you about to eat something, right? Even if you smell something, you guys aren't talking about, even if you see a food that you like a lot, you begin to salivate. That's classical conditioning. But what about when you have to make a conscious decision to do something or not? That's operant conditioning. So if your principal, let's pretend we're still in school, says you get your cell phone out during this time in class or whatever, you are suspended. You have to make the decision. Should I still get it out? Should I violate the rule? If I do violate the rule, what will happen to me? Will I be punished? What will happen to me? Will I be negatively reinforced, positively reinforced? There's always a consequence of operating on the environment. Always a consequence of that. Mike's still in the lead. All right. Yeah, what school? Exactly. 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 And remember in class, the last class I believe we did have together, I'm pretty sure I showed at least two of the three high schools, the Bobo doll experiment with Albert Bandura and the children being shown the doll being beaten with like a hammer and things like that. That was showcasing the power of modeling. And yeah, by his parents smoking, the best learning theory to explain that would be Bandura's theory of social cognitive theory of modeling. Good job. All right. Imagine losing now on fire. A tight race between him and Mike at the top. Jerrison, Austin, Maddie. Good job. Top five. think 60 seconds was a bit long. I went too far. All right, here we go. All right. Cognitive, right? Cognitive is not simple. Simple associations between stimuli and responses, guys, is behaviorism. It's behaviorism. That would be operant and classical conditioning. Stimulus and response, right? Back to what we said before. But when you're talking about the cognitive approach to learning, higher order processes, memory, perception, attention, awareness, all of these aspects would make up the cognitive view. Much more complex, less simple. My phone's quality drops in terms of my answers. Sorry about that, Dell. All right, still a tight race. Yeah, I think some of you overthought that. I know that I only showed you via film, just the models that were filmed. I didn't show you the cartoon version. But yeah, all versions, whether they were shown in person, whether they were filmed like real people, or whether they were cartoons, the children tended to model all of those behaviors, all those versions of the behavior. In the top left, all right, hold on, Tessa. Let me see if I can try to fix that. Oh, okay, hold on. I can fix that. That should be a lot better, Tessa. Sorry about that. All right. Imagine losing this, taking over the top spot again. All right, let's talk about this. Feedback. One simple question I think will make your understanding perfect on this. Here's my question to all of you. Please respond in the chat. Can a machine consider feedback and learn? Simple question. If I go upstairs right now, my wife, or we have one of those iRobots cleaning machines. If I go up to that robot right now and I say, you did a really poor job cleaning around the couch today. Do a better job tomorrow. Can that machine learn? No. Not yet. That's a pretty good question, Lucas. AI may change that in the future, but right now, no, it cannot. So then the best answer would be cognitive views, and here's why. Only a cognitive view of learning assumes self-regulation and awareness, the ability to think from the inside out and learn. A machine is simple: input, output, stimulus, response, stimulus, stimulus. So feedback is really not relevant to a machine. Feedback is only relevant to a consciously aware, self-regulating, self-aware human being. And that's the cognitive view of learning. You want to see me yell at it, Salima? Yeah, I do yell at it sometimes. It makes a lot of mistakes. All right, so I think we're good. I think we're good. I gave you this answer earlier. Should be an easy one. Operant conditioning, very good. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. Skinner was called a rat psychologist. Remember, he studied pigeons and rats and put them through mazes, and he reinforced their behavior with food, what he called reinforcing consequences for their behavior. He coined the terms positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, and punishment. All right, Mike in the lead again. Yeah, he is, Camden. Yeah, does all of those. Does all of those. Encodes, stores, receives. Yeah, all of those. Very good. You need to take a break? Yeah, sure, Albie. You can take a break. In fact, we've been going for what, 45 minutes here or so? Yeah, I'm gonna go grab a drink. In fact, I'll be right back as well. I'm gonna grab a drink and then we'll get rolling again. 1 second. All right. Yeah, talk about life. I want to hear how life is going, Skylar. Uh, no doubt, man. You get old. Hey, look, but check it out, Cannon. Look at this. Drink a lot of water, man. Drink a lot of water. Gotta have the H2O. I drink probably 4 of these a day. 4 or 5 of these a day, full of water. Yeah, gotta stay hydrated. And you think about it too, right? Staying hydrated means you're boosting your immune system function, and right now is a good time to do that, right, guys? Hopefully you're all getting plenty of sleep and you're taking multivitamins and you're still exercising, still drinking. Um, Stay in shape. I know there's a temptation to play video games all day. Trust me, I struggle with that, but you got to stay in shape. Salima, oh no, we go. You could always fill up your water bottle. When I was your age, I drank way too much soda. It didn't hurt me too much that day, but way too much. Too many Dr. Peppers for sure. it Lane, it tastes good. I'm not denying that. It tastes really good. Um, but it's just not really good for you. That's my only contention with it. Yeah. Moms, you have a good mom, Tiffany. You got to have some brownies from time to time. Are you guys still able to eat your normal diets? Because a lot of stuff are like it's missing off the grocery store shelves. Coffee. Eric, that's my other. I'm with you, man. Coffee, water, tea. Those are my go-tos every day. Rare occasion I'll have a Coke or Dr. Pepper, but it's not often. Braden, you said that the last time too, man. You said that the last time. You're gonna do fine. You're gonna do fine. Yeah, but the sugar. I noticed that you failed to put the sugar, Sean, in that nice little nutritional readout there. How many grams of sugar in a Dr. Pepper can? A lot of sugar. Yeah. You got to bulk up, right, Abby? Yeah, I love it. I don't know. I can do them so often, but I get tired of them after a while. Like I have to really space out protein shakes, otherwise I start getting. Mm, it's just too much. Oh yeah, I can. I think that's if you're doing that, you're way ahead of most people. I mean, you're doing. Ideally, you're right, Levi. That's the best way. But I mean, one a week. If you're doing that, Camden, you're doing great. All right, so Abby's back. So I think we're ready to roll again, guys. People wonder how I survive. All right, I'm gonna go to the next question. Here we go. Oh, let me kill my webcam. I almost forgot. I was showing Camden my water bottle. Let's close that. Let's go back there. All right. Yeah, good job. Encoding storage retrieval. I mentioned that to you guys in class. I said, this is going to be in your test. Certainly is. That question will show up tomorrow, most likely. We'll talk about that in a second. Mike's on fire. All right. Sorry, Cody. All right. Let's talk about this for a second. In class, I said there were models, and I said there were models of memory. Remember that? And I said that there was the information processing model, there was a parallel distributed model, and there's the level of processing model, LOP. I am only going to ask you guys on the test about the information processing model, which has three, it's a linear model with three stores of information. Just for fun here, hold on. Let's do this. I think this will make more sense. Sorry for all the windows moving around, guys. But this is important, and I think this will serve you well this week on the exam. I just want to show you a diagram, and we can talk about this model real quick. This right here. This is the information processing model, also called the Atkinson and Shiffrin model. And remember, three stages of memory: sensory, short-term, long-term, with attention playing a big role, right? If you don't keep something in attention and process, or yeah, but you don't have to, because we're socially distancing, Abby. It's all good. You're safe. But the three processes, right? Sensory, short-term, long-term. If you're not attending to it in attention, you're not rehearsing it, it's going to fall out. So let's just say if you're not attending to it, sensory memory, it's just going to fall out. You're hearing a lot of stimuli right now. Your things are going on in your house that you're not attending to. They just fall right out of memory. Then there are things that you pay attention to, like someone gives you a phone number, you start rehearsing that phone number, hear over and over in your rehearsal buffer. If you do that enough times, then it moves to long-term memory where it's forever there. Don't forget, know this model, know sensory, short-term, long-term. Don't worry about parallel models, the parallel distributed model. Don't worry about the levels of processing model. I'm only going to really focus on this model for the test this week when it comes to memory. All right. Mike's still leading. We didn't get to actually do this. Well, some of you I did this in class with, but not all of you. I didn't get a chance to do this with all of you. It's when I read out the numbers and I asked you to put your pens down. Remember as many as you can in order. Sorry for those of you I didn't get a chance to do this with. Yeah, Camden, I'm aware of people that do that. Yeah. I know how people that do that. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about this for a second. Good. 17, you got this. If I gave you a series of, let's say, 13 digits, that's what I did in class, and I said, try to hold them. And what you start doing is you start rehearsing them over and over and over again. And I say, tell me them in order. Who remembers, type it in chat, who remembers about the average number people would remember? Number of digits people remember. Take a guess. Throw it in chat. You're down with something genetic. No, I think that's behavioral, Camden. I'm fairly certain that's a learned behavioral phenomenon. I don't think that's genetic. Not to any literature I've read. 7. Courtney, you're not wrong, by the way. You're not wrong. 7 plus or minus 2. So Courtney's technically right, and so are you guys. It said 7. So somewhere between 5 and 9 is what most people can hold on to at a given time. 7 plus or minus 2. Yep, 7's a magic number. Good. The latter part of the chapter talked about forgetting and Ebbinghaus's curve of forgetting, and we did not get to talk about this in class, but what do you remember about the curve of forgetting? Oh, we're kind of spread out here. All right, most of you got it right, so that's really cool. Let's look at the curve of forgetting real quick. It looks like this. Now, does that make sense? Look how fast things fall off in terms of look at the first 20 minutes. There's a 30% drop. An hour, you're down to like what, a 45% drop. And then so it's acute at first, and then slow. It kind of flattens and slows over days. Get back to the question: rapid at first, and then slow decline. Right? So that makes sense when you look at Ebbinghaus's curve of forgetting. All right. Still leading. Next. All right, so let's talk about this. One of these options are not even a remotely good option, right? I'm sorry for the two of you that picked it, but feedback's not a good option here, and here's why. Feedback is a term used in learning, and we're talking about memory systems here, right? There are 3 major processes in memory: encoding, storage, retrieval. When things go wrong and you forget, we tend to look at forgetting in one of those, something breaking down with one of those 3 processes. Something broke down in encoding, something broke down in storage, something broke down in retrieval. As I finish explaining this, type in chat for me. Which of those 3 do you think you forget the most with? Encoding, storage, retrieval. Let's hear it in the chat. I'll go on and say this. The reason that encoding is the best answer here is that when it comes to interference effects or cue-dependent forgetting, let's explain both. Let's say I'm trying to give you a list of numbers to remember, and your best friend sitting next to you is talking to you at the same time. Do you feel as though that interference is going to impede your encoding ability? What do you guys think? I mean, absolutely, it's going to, right? You're going to have difficulty encoding that information into memory systems if someone's trying to distract you next to you with interference effects. Cue-dependent forgetting is something that goes like this. You want to encode, right? This is why it's an encoding problem. The same way you're going to be asked to later retrieve. That's why teachers will tell you guys a lot. when you study for a test at home, don't do it like laying in your bed watching TV with your earbuds in, whatever. Listen to music, eating Cheetos, drinking nasty Dr. Pepper, all that stuff, because that's not the way you're going to be asked to retrieve it later. And the idea is this: if you encode in a vastly different setting than you're asked to retrieve, you're going to forget. So both of those, interference and cue dependent, show problems with encoding. All right. Yeah, good. Excellent. You guys are right, sensory short term, because here's why. We have people, you guys realize it, going for brain surgery and they're awake, right? Because there's no pain receptors in the brain, and often you will be awake during brain surgery. And people will recall memories that they thought they had long forgotten. They'll smell something they haven't smelled in decades. They will remember being someplace that they thought they forgot, because during the brain surgery they're stimulating the neural networks. They're kind of not kind of they are providing electrical current to parts of the brain, and that causes recall. People remember these memories they thought they'd forgotten. They've always been there, like semantic memories, which are about meaning and time and place; episodic memories, which are these really powerful memories; and even in imagery memories, all show back up during recall. So yeah, it's just sensory short term. Yeah, elaborative processing is whenever you start to, well, just do that, you're elaborating what you're trying to take in. And what happens is that you do a better job at encoding. She had to understand that concept to encode it this way. So um, I know that kind of threw some of you off with reinforcement. You start thinking, hold on, we're talking about learning and behaviorism. We're still talking about memory systems and processing. But to understand that particular concept, she would have to understand elaborative rehearsal or processing. All right, next one. Sorry. Yeah, EEG measures brain waves in sleep research. So it's going back to the consciousness chapter, right? And if you're talking about scanning techniques to look at the structure of the brain, yeah, you would talk about an MRI or you talk about a PET scan or CAT scan. But measuring brain waves, we're talking about electroencephalograph or EEG. Back to consciousness again. What is REM sleep? Bam, perfect. Oh, you're going to get that on the test right. Excellent. Yeah, stage one is when you have that hypnic jerk, like you kind of have that jerky movement and you wake up, and you don't really feel like you've slept very much at all. You have to be in deep sleep to feel like you've slept a lot. Showed you guys a film. You might remember looking at Boston University. We watched that college student Ross be studied under his sleep be studied. And the researcher was showing you guys that she was pointing out sleep spindles at a particular transition from one stage to the next. So what would that be? Which of those stages would sleep? Yep, bam. Stage two. You tend to see the sleep spindles start to show up as they transition into stage two. Excellent. So one of you wanted to troll me was zombilism. Yeah, zombilism's not a thing. I'm not going to become a zombie. Yes, insomnia. You have difficulty falling asleep. That's insomnia. Yep, sleep apnea. If insomnia is difficulty falling asleep, apnea is the difficulty with airways and breathing. Oh, sorry, I didn't let the point totally be wrong. Sorry, guys. Okay. I can see where 11 of you will answer that. Okay, you're right. Freud's theory was largely sexual. No doubt about that. But he did say that dreams had some meaning and they came from unconscious conflicts, events, and desires, some of which are sexual, a lot of which he would say are sexual. But he wouldn't necessarily say they're perversions because he would say they're meaningful. Remember, there's two positions. Harvard researchers in activation synthesis hypothesis say just baseless nothing coming up from your brainstem. And then Freud would say, nope, they mean everything. They mean a lot to you. And the research I showed you guys in class at Harvard and MIT and things like that were showing it's somewhere in the middle, but Freud's idea is still stronger that dreams are meaningful and that they do come from unconscious events and desires. Imagine losing is Mike. You can imagine losing her neck and neck. Good job. Last question. I guess I just gave this away. Yeah, remember I just mentioned this, guys, is that it's not necessarily biology trying to make a recent memories or more permanent. It's that it's kind of random or meaningless. That your cortex, you're getting all these, the amygdala and the brainstem are shooting all these signals up from the base of your brain. And your cortex is like, what does all this mean? It's this random, chaotic nothing. The activation synthesis hypothesis came from researchers at Harvard in the 70s that said, hey, that dreams don't mean anything. Freud was wrong. They're just random signals from the base of your brain. Our winner is Maddie. See, aren't you glad you didn't leave, Maddie? You came in third. Mike, and it must be Imagine losing number one. All right, great job. Great job, guys. And of course, Jerison and Courtney came in fourth and fifth, so congrats to them. Yeah, Dell, it'll get better. I know we're kind of fighting. Everyone's fighting through, some technology issues. I'm learning how to stream this better and things like that. So I'm gonna mute this for a second. I'm gonna kind of bounce out of here, and I'm gonna move back here. Don't forget, tomorrow morning in our course shell, like I'm just gonna jump into. I can't jump into all three of the courses, but just real quick, I'm gonna jump into the Northview section. Um, every week on Monday morning, I'll have a new, news item here for you guys. I'll say, hey, welcome to this week. Next week will be March 23rd through 28th? Let's see. 23rd, I think, through the 29th. 29th. 23rd through the 29th. I'll have a message for you. Then under course information and content, I'll have a module for you, just like I've had this past week. There will be a new module to show up below this one. It'll have a series of tasks. Just make sure you knock those tasks out between now, Monday and next Sunday night. I'll be grading discussion boards tomorrow that you posted in that are due tonight. Next week, I know you have two big assessment points, right? You got the exam and you got the paper. Work hard and you'll do well. If you need me, I'll be live streaming tomorrow, 11 a.m. I'll be live streaming Tuesday, 11 a.m. Tomorrow's lecture, Tuesday's office hours. So I'll be around. Thank you guys for coming. That kind of wraps up. Next time I'll make it faster. I think 60 seconds is too long. I'm going to go with 40 seconds next time. I think that's the sweet spot. 20 was too short. 60 was too long. 40 I think should be about perfect for the stream lag. So I appreciate you bearing with me and hanging tight. Again, you guys take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And I'll see you on Tuesday. Any last questions for me before I end the stream? Else tell me goodbye in your chat. Have a nice evening. I'm going to hang around just for a few more minutes and see if... Yes, Abby, all live streams. Check this out. I'm going to go to my YouTube channel for a second. Look at this. If I go to my YouTube channel, check it out. It'll have Eventually, it's going to load. My little MacBook struggling. It's not necessarily the greatest streaming machine. But if you go to my YouTube channel, it's saying, hey, we're live, but look at all the vlog stuff I have here, right? So after this stream is over, this Kahoot review will show up right here under uploads. And I'll try to change the thumbnails too, by the way, so that you'll see like the lecture content for tomorrow. It'll actually be in the thumbnail. You'll be able to tell what I'm talking about. Hey, you bet, Dell. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. See you, Salima. Bye, Maddie. Appreciate you too, Eric. All right. Well, you guys have a nice evening and enjoy your time off. We'll catch you tomorrow if you're there. Yeah, you too, Tiffany. You stay safe as well. Bye, Lane. See ya. You betcha. Very welcome. Well, Skylar, at least you love people. That's cool. Even if you don't love them all equally, that's still okay. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream. See you guys. You have a nice night.